The third category on this chart refers to some stuff we learned earlier on in the school year. The subject of the verb is never in a prepositional phrase, and it is never in the appositive phrase. So when you're looking to see what the verb agrees with, please do not look to prepositions or appositives. Remember too that your subject will never be in a direct or indirect object as well. The final category we'll be addressing today is about indefinite pronouns. There are a lot of mistakes that people make with subject-verb agreement and indefinite pronouns. When we have an indefinite pronoun, it's not always clear what the antecedent is. So people aren't always correct when deciding whether the pronoun is singular or plural. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to memorize this list. These words are always singular. Some of them are confusing, like anybody, anything, everyone. Everything would be on the always singular list, but those words might sound plural. So a little tip I can give you is to just think of them as any single body, every single one, any single thing, any single one. Those 4 words are asking you to look at the products as singular, each one as individuals. So if I say, everyone please raise your hand, I'm referring to every single person in the class who has his or her own hands. Everyone is considered singular. It might not sound right to us because of the way we speak, but it is the way it is. So you need to memorize that these words are always singular. You always have to use a singular verb for these words. Both few, many, and several are a little easier because they're always plural. I don't think you'll make mistakes with those. The tricky part comes with the words that don't seem singular that are, and the variable indefinite pronouns that could be singular or could be plural. All, any, more, most, none, and some. This is the only situation where you might look to a prepositional phrase to determine whether the subject is singular or plural, but don't make the mistake of thinking the prepositional phrase has the subject. It does not. It will only help you determine what the number is. In the first example, you have is or are as the verb, and the subject, who or what is or are, coming over as some. Some can be singular or plural, so you look at the fact that some is referring to the plural word friends. So we know, therefore, some is plural, therefore I choose are. In the next example, we also have is or are. Who or what is or are? Some. And I look again to see that some is referring to pizza. Pizza is singular, therefore I need to choose the singular verb is. So one more time, pizza is not the subject. Friends is not the subject. Those are words in a prepositional phrase, and prep phrases cannot have the subject. But with indefinite pronouns, it can be helpful to look at the prep phrases to know if our subject is singular or plural. Here we have is or are. The subject is none. None refers to the plural word answers. Therefore, we choose the plural verb. In the next example, we have the verb is or are. Again, the subject is none. But I can see none refers to the singular word pie. Therefore, I choose the singular verb. So in conclusion, you've seen quite a bit of information about verb use today. Keep in mind that you understand most of it, except for possibly some of the definite pronouns that you might not have memorized, or some of the other unique aspects for agreement. For many of these tools, all you can do is memorize the answers and get some practice. There aren't tricks for you to memorize like we had with some of the phrases units. So keep practicing. At this time, it'd be a great chance for you to do some worksheets and see how they're going, just to practice and apply your knowledge. If you have any questions, please write them down and be certain you bring them to class with you. Or you could write to me on Edmodo. Okay, have a great one.